Mixed into the conversation, and it's used on the recruiting trail as we have discussed, is the NFL opportunity, Swain, for guys who just played a big part in what Tennessee did, winning 11 games this past year, getting ready for the draft. They still have Pro Day to get to. They had the Combine, which featured 7 Vols who appeared to stand out while they were in Indianapolis. But this is a big part of the conversation right now, the opportunity at the next level for Tennessee's football players.
This is a very important moment for Tennessee football, their program. Of course, you want to recruit talent to come in here, and you have multiple things to sell them on. Early playing time. If you're an offensive player, having a chance to put up a lot of points, playing in a fun style of offense defensively, they have their own selling points as far as being able to rush the passer and pin your ears back when the offense is able to get up and force the defense to be in more passing situations. So you have your X's and O's that you sell to recruits, but you also have the culture and the support and all those good things. But probably the most important thing you have to sell is, hey, we can help you get to the NFL. Like, we have all the resources here that's going to help you reach your goals and your dreams. And most players are picking schools based on their ability to help that prospect get to the NFL. And Tennessee has several guys right now that perform well at the NFL Combine. Pro Day is coming up here in a couple of weeks, and the draft will be shortly after that. That is going to be another thing that this Tennessee football program can sell to recruits. And you can't just do it one year. It has to be year after year after year. Why? Because that's what your competition is doing.
Next guys up want their opportunity as well. And yesterday, Josh Heupel, Tennessee's football coach, spoke to Emily Proud from 247 Sports about guys standing out at the Combine, NFL opportunities, how that benefits Tennessee.
Yeah, there's nothing better than seeing kids, I say kids, players, young men have the opportunity to continue to chase their dreams, and the hard work, the energy that they've put into, wearing the power tee on the side of their helmet and creating the bonds that they have inside of our program. Now they get a chance to fast forward and chase their next dream, which is playing at the next level. We had a bunch of guys at the Combine. We got a huge pro day coming up here at the end of March. A lot of guys that will be wearing NFL helmets next fall and competing on the highest stage. Really proud. And I said this to our staff the other day with some of the performances that our guys had at the Combine. It's a tip of the cap, and I'm just really proud of what our staff has done. That's our strength staff, our nutrition staff, our training room, and our assistant coaches, of helping these guys develop and have the opportunity to go chase their highest goals and dreams and perform on the biggest of stages during this process in a really positive way and put their best foot forward. Excited to see these guys here at the end of March back home here in Knoxville and compete at their pro day. And I know a bunch of them are going to have a great draft day as well.
Tennessee head coach Josh Heupel talking to 247 Sports, and what you mentioned right before we heard from Josh Heupel, these guys from Tennessee, they're chasing their NFL dreams. Tennessee, from a big picture standpoint, still chasing or trying to catch up with Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, LSU. If you look at those programs, they've won a lot in college football, and they've continued to send players to the NFL, which attracts more recruits that are going to develop and have the same opportunity. Tennessee had 7 guys at the Combine, and we'll have other players that are going to have NFL opportunities that may have not been at the Combine that will be a part of Pro Day and will at least sign with NFL teams if they're not drafted. And Tennessee will sell that to recruits and transfers who have the same goals. And the more of those players you can get, the better chance you have to compete with those other big teams that have been the most competitive in college football the last 10 years.
100%. That's what it's about. And one thing that Heupel mentioned, that's something I think I mentioned last week or the week before that, was that the weight staff, the strength and conditioning staff, they laid the foundation. They laid the foundation, a strong foundation. So when Tennessee finished up the bowl game in Miami, they went straight to train. So you have your nicks and your bruises. You may take a day or so off, recovery, doing all those things. But after that, it's time to train. Now it's time to learn how to run a 40, how to do a 5-10-5, how to do the vertical jump, how to, from a technical standpoint, wow scouts with your times. And if you have a nice foundation, it's easier to build off of it. If you don't. We have to teach you a bunch of stuff that we don't really have time for. You only have a couple of weeks before Indianapolis. The fact that so many guys perform well in Indy, I think, is a direct reflection of the strength and conditioning program at the University of Tennessee.
Now it's next man up. You have Dante Thornton, who's on campus from Oregon, as an example of a guy that hopes to take the next step as a player at receiver with Jalen Hyatt gone. And there's going to be competition at that position. By the way, playing time's not handed to him, but he figures to be a guy that can help stretch the field, at least offensively. You have John Campbell come in from Miami. He saw what Darnell Wright did, and now is projected as a first-round pick. I'm not saying Campbell will be that, because most players are not going to be Darnell Wright, but Tennessee has a need at tackle, and Campbell wants to have a big final year after playing the last several years in Miami. Those are a couple of examples of guys coming in, and then you can get to the recruits who also hope to either play right away or develop into those type players.
Yeah, when you see somebody else have success doing something and that's what you want to do, you feel more confident about following those footsteps. And since Josh Heupel has been here, he's had Velus Jones that he's helped. You see the difference between before Heupel, after Heupel. Velus Jones made himself a whole lot of money with the help of Heupel and his staff. And then you look at Jalen Hyatt and Byron Young and all these other guys. So if you are at another school in college football or you in high school, you're looking at these examples going, hey, man, look at these guys. This is what Tennessee is doing. They're helping guys get to the league. People can crap on Nick Saban all they want to because he's coaching the rival school. I totally get it. And that's the way it's supposed to be as a SEC football fan. But one thing you cannot dispute, you cannot hate on him for, Nick Saban has helped more student athletes reach their goals and dreams than any other coach. Any other coach. And no one can take that away from him. That's why he's the best. And if you are Josh Heupel, if you are Kirby Smart, you are Brian Kelly, you're any coach in college football, you are aspiring to do what Nick Saban has been able to do at Alabama. You got to help dudes reach their goals, and this is what it's all about.